Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Fletcher Sports Zone, and today we're going to do something I've wanted to do for a very long time. We are going to go on a tier list, go through the major sports teams from the NHL, the NFL, the MLB, and the NBA, and we're going to rate them. All right. A lot of people ask me, who are my favorite teams? Why do you broadcast more teams more than others? Well, we're about to answer the question. So, of course, first here we have favorite teams, really neutral, don't watch often. I added in the don't watch often because about 20 NBA teams and probably a few MLB teams are going to go in there. Then we have dislike and hate. All right, let's move on right in. We got all the teams right here. Oh my God, we have a lot to go through. I'm not going to give an explanatory amount, we're just going to see the team, quick little 5-10 second thing, and we'll move on. Okay, Memphis Grizzlies, neutral. I was rooting for them against Golden State in the playoffs last year. Not going to lie, they disappointed me when they didn't win that series. Red Sox, come on, favorite team. As you know, I live in Massachusetts, so you see where that's going. One of the best sports moments of my life was seeing the Red Sox beat the Dodgers in the 2018 World Series. So glad Rafael Devers is back. Denver Broncos, neutral. Would have been liked a few years ago, but a lot of players I used to like on that team has gone. Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, Aqib Talib. The only one left is Brandon McManus. I do like Jerry Jeudy. Brett Rippon's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, funny enough, but neutral for the Broncos. The Raiders, would have been neutral. I think they still are. I don't like what they're doing with Derek Carr. I think Josh McDaniels is a hopeless idiot. No offense. I don't think the Raiders are going to succeed at all with him at the helm. You know what, though? They're going to move on from Derek Carr. They might move on from Devontae Adams, too. I just knew that hiring Josh McDaniels was a bad idea from the start. I don't hate the team. I'm pretty neutral with them, but yeah, I don't like what's going on with them right now. The Milwaukee Bucks, I was pretty happy, safe to say, when they beat the Phoenix Suns in the finals in 2021. The Green Bay Packers, used to be really but now put them in dislike. I don't hate them because the Packers in their franchise history have had a lot of players that I respect the hell out of, but oh man, Aaron Rodgers, man. He went from one of my favorite quarterbacks to one of my least in a hurry. Man, all he does is whine and cry and, oh, I'm going to retire. And then, yes, you point at his 4 MVPs and you say, oh my God, what an amazing player. And then you look at his playoff statistics and you're like, oh my God, what a very mediocre player. I mean, obviously Aaron Rodgers is not mediocre, but you get my point. Playoff choker. One ring in what? 14, 15 years as a starter? It's a joke. Chicago Cubs. Kind of like Milwaukee. I was very happy when they won the 2016 World Series. Don't pay so much attention to them now, but overall as a team, I like them. Oklahoma City Thunder, don't watch often. Huge fan of Russell Westbrook back in the day. Since he got dealt to the Wizards, I have not cared for the Thunder since. I know, what's his name? Shai Alexander. I know he's an up-and-coming starring. Great for Oklahoma City, right? But no. The Blackhawks used to be in hate, dislike, but obviously being a Bruins fan, 2013 stings. Growing up and just watching their dynasty just sucked. I'm not going to lie. It sucked. As a Bruins fan and as an LA Kings fan, it sucked. It was brutal. It is what it is now. Of course, Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves, we don't know if they're going to get traded. Duncan Keith, Corey Crawford, Brent Seabrook, they're all retired now. Patrick Sharp's retired. Marion Hossa's retired. Soon to be inducted into the Hall of Fame if he isn't already. My hatred for the Blackhawks, it's left over the last few years. But yeah, Joe Quenneville too. He ended up doing something with Florida that got him fired. Yeah, just not Not a good organization there. Oh, yeah, because of their 2021 scandal. If you know, you know. The Seattle Seahawks used to be in neutral slash like. I'm so borderline to put them in really like, but I will put them in like. Because I do like them, but there's just other NFL teams that I just like more than them. I think Geno Smith making the Pro Bowl this year, I mean, who saw that coming? I'm very happy Seattle made the playoffs this year, especially over Green Bay. Really good team, like the Legion of Boom. Matt Hasselbeck went to Boston College. Sean Alexander, big fan of his. Sean Alexander has more career touchdowns than Barry Sanders, by the way. So, yes, I am one that thinks Sean Alexander should be in the Hall of Fame. Doug Baldwin, criminally underage his whole career. I'm a big fan of the Seahawks in the past. Pelicans, don't watch often. Used to dislike them when they had Anthony Davis. Don't watch them at all. Actually, that's ironic because I watched the Celtics beat them last night when I'm recording this. Listen, man. Did my notifications turn off? Hopefully my notifications turned off. Anyway, yeah, man. I don't watch them. All I'm going to say is this. I wish CJ McCollum the best on the Pelicans. And, wow, Zion Williamson, is he the most overrated athlete ever? I believe he is, personally. Oh, my God. Right next to Bo Jackson, constantly injured, yet everyone still praises him. I do not understand. The Dodgers, they are so... Oh, I don't know where to put them, because they are either like going to be the last team in dislike or the first team in hate. Brutally, I gotta be dead honest with myself here. I absolutely despise the Dodgers. I think their fan base is an absolute joke. Did not deserve the 2020 World Series. I mean, it is what it is. It was a shortened season. I'm not gonna be like Mickey Mouse ring or whatever someone would normally say, but you know me. I just don't think that, yes, you won the championship in a strike-shortened season. Good job, but also... Wow, when you've had to play a full 162-game season, what do you have to show for it? Other than 2020, what does Clayton Kershaw have to show for his playoff statistics? They've now lost Cody Bellinger. They lost a couple of pieces. I wish Mookie Betts the best of luck, but yeah, other than that, I really don't care about the Dodgers one bit. I was going to bring up the 2017 World Series, but we'll get to the Astros when we get to the Astros. Dolphins, pretty neutral. I used to dislike them, not anymore. I think now that the Miami Dolphins fan base has finally realized that Tua Tagovailoa is a top caliber quarterback in this league, not top 10, but top 15. Thankfully, they all simmered down on the Tua hate. That was driving me crazy. Really despise Tyreek Hill. Obviously, if you don't know, Tyreek Hill allegedly punched his child. So since that day moving forward, he has not been on my good side. But they have a lot of other really likable players on that team. Raheem Mostert, Jerome Baker, Byron Jones, Xavier Howard, Mike Gesicki. They've all been on they've been my favorite players for a little bit, or, up there as likable players. So we'll put the Dolphins in neutral. Blue Jays, I will put in like. They used to be in really like a few years ago when they had Stroman, they had Tulowitzki. I have a Jose Bautista jersey up in my room, the only baseball jersey I own. Funny enough, it is a Jose Bautista Blue Jays jersey. Really like their team back in during their 2014 to 2017 playoff runs. And you know what? I still really like them now. They're not how I used to like them. No offense, I was rooting for Seattle in the playoffs last year, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, George Springer, good players on that team. Portland Trailblazers, favorite teams, favorite NBA team, Damian Lillard. He has been my go-to NBA player since day one. And yeah, I just love Damian Lillard. I was heartbroken when McCollum left. I'm heartbroken whenever Jusuf Nurkic is injured, but okay. The Houston Rockets used to be disliked because, James Harden. I'm not a James Harden fan. I'll put in don't watch, though. I'm going to be honest. Last time I sat down and watched a Houston Rockets game was 2020, maybe, when they were in the bubble. Yeah, it has been a very long time since I've watched a Houston Rockets game. The Colts. Dislike, not nearly as much as the Packers or Blackhawks, but as a fan of their division rival, I am just cackling in laughter every time they get a quarterback and they release him after a year. And what is Indianapolis going to do now? Matt Ryan doesn't want to retire. What are you going to do with Matt Ryan now? Cut him? Trade him? Don't play Sam Ellinger anymore. He's not good. I think the Colts are going to draft someone, whether that's Will Levis, maybe they trade down and get Anthony Richardson. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they trade up and get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, compared to at least the other two teams that are in that division, I despise them way more. Minnesota Vikings. They are my second favorite team in the NFC. Second favorite team in the NFL, favorite team in the NFC. There we go. Kirk Cousins has been my favorite quarterback in the NFL this season. Yes, I am a big fan of others, but Kirk Cousins, I've just been a big fan of him since he was in Washington back in, 2015. I think after he made that comeback against Tampa Bay in 2015, where he come back from 24-10 or something like that. I mean, that moment right there, I was sold on Kirk Cousins. And Adam Thielen has developed into one of my favorite receivers. Justin Jefferson, I mean, oh my God. He is definitely top 2 receiver in this league right now. Big fan of Harrison Smith, Dalvin Cook. I knew Mike Zimmer was holding them back, and now that they have Kevin O'Connell, they're in the playoffs with a 13-4 record. I know they're not the most impressive 13-4 team ever, but hey, they're still a pretty solid team. I actually wish I had more Vikings merch. I only have one T-shirt of theirs, which kind of sucks. I wish I had more Vikings stuff, because I would support them more often. I do root for them most of the time. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they were and really like. Now they're neutral. I will never really despise the Lightning. I mean, yeah, they've had their fair share of beating the Bruins in the playoffs, but that doesn't really bother me. They've won their Stanley Cups now. Of course, they won in 2004 against the Flames, and of course they went back-to-back, being the Stars in 2020 and the Canadiens in 2021 before losing to the Avalanche. And now, honestly, after they lost to Colorado, I feel like, wow, they let's take a deep breath. They lost the playoff series. Now let's acknowledge Steven Stamkos. He's a Hall of Famer. It's kind of like, oh, their run might be over now. Who knows? They have made 3 straight Stanley Cup finals. Who knows, right? But I think that the run is slowly coming to an end. Now we're starting to get to okay, Kucherov was great. Stamkos was great. Victor Hedman was great. Vasilevsky's one of the best goalies in the past decade. Now we're getting to the conclusions. John Cooper, phenomenal job. I thought he was going to get fired after they lost to the Blue Jackets in the 2019 playoffs. He's great. He's a great head coach. Winnipeg Jets, neutral. Don't like them. Don't dislike them. They're not in the don't watch often because I watch enough hockey to gauge on them. But yeah, I think Connor Hellebuyck's fantastic. I mean, I was a big fan of them when they had their, the 2018 Western Conference Finals run when they had Andrew Ladd, Dustin Byfuglien, Patrick Laine. Now they only have Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele pretty much. Cole Perfetti's been a fantastic player too. Tennessee Titans, least favorite NFL team. There we go. And we're gonna get rid of the Texans too. We'll put them both where they belong, in the trash. Duval, hate both of you. More than the Dodgers specifically. Titans and Texans, no. Bottom of my list. Absolute the gum on my shoe. Despise both of those teams equally. Really, the better team, it's weird because when the Texans were good in 2018, 2019, right? I dislike the Texans more. Now that the Titans are better than the Texans, I dislike the Titans more. So it really depends on, which one do I slightly hate more. That basically comes down to how good both of them are doing. But It looks like they're both going to be in rebuilding stages soon. Titans might join them. New York Knicks, don't watch often. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you in dislike. Because I don't. I think RJ Barrett's great. Julius Randle's solid, but I mean, I got nothing for you there. The Buffalo Sabres, used to be a neutral alike. Now, Tage Thompson is taking the league by storm. Ryan Miller, Thomas Vanek, two of my favorite players growing up. I got respect for the Sabres. You know what? They sucked. They lost Jack Eichel, and Alex Tuch has been the best part of that trade. Like, everyone thought Buffalo was done when Eichel got traded. No, Alex Tuch has been a great piece of that team. Dallas Cowboys, neutral. What, you don't hate the Cowboys? Yeah, I don't. I have no reason to hate the Cowboys. Is their fan base loud and obnoxious? Absolutely. So is a lot of other fan bases. Wake up. Yes, they're annoying, but deal with it. Their team in general, Dak Prescott, overhated. I know he led the league in interceptions this year. I am very nervous about Dallas heading into a playoff run. I think Mike McCarthy doesn't know a damn thing what he's doing, but I will say, relax on the team itself. No need to overhate on Dak Prescott. No need to overhate on Ezekiel Elliott. No need to discredit someone like CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons. Accept it. They're a decent regular season team. And then when they eventually lose in the playoffs, you laugh at the fan base for being annoying all year. You get it? You get it. I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys fan base. Fan base? Oh, they are in, I will make a separate tier for Cowboys fan base, but no. The team? Fine by me. Also, Jerry Jones, don't like him either, but what are you going to do? Rangers, New York Rangers. Neutral leaning towards like, but neutral. I like Hendrik Lundqvist. I like a lot of players in the Rangers past. Rick Nash, Derek Stepan. I would have rooted for them. I would have rooted for them in 2014 if they weren't facing the Kings. What else can I say? Phoenix Suns, neutral. Devin Booker's very good. So is Chris Paul. So is... Oh, are they going to trade Jay Crowder? They were supposed to trade Jay Crowder. I don't know what happened to that. Philadelphia 76ers. Don't watch often because I don't watch them enough. But all I know is that they have Joel Embiid and James Harden, and they had Ben Simmons. Do not like either of those three players. The Detroit Lions. Oh, who doesn't like the Detroit Lions right now? By the way, Jared Goff is their franchise guy. The guy has not thrown from week 8 to week 18 of this season. He did not throw a single interception. Jared Goff is legit. I apologize for slandering Jared Goff on this channel a couple years ago when he was on the Rams, man. Maybe both him and Stafford need changes of scenery because look what happened. Stafford won his Super Bowl, and now Goff is an above-average starter by far. So, good stuff, Lions. They got a great running game with Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. Yeah, bright future ahead. Love what Dan Campbell's doing. Dallas Mavericks, like Dirk Nowitzki, one of my favorite NBA players of all time. Luka Doncic, one of my favorite NBA players of all time. Chicago White Sox. I don't like them. I don't hate them. I'm pretty neutral. I'm not going to lie. They lost a couple of pieces this offseason, but they still have Tim Anderson, who's one of my favorite infielders in the league. And also, I want to give my condolences to Liam Kendricks. I know he just underwent cancer this past Sunday. That is brutal. He is one of my favorite pitchers in the league. Hopefully, best of luck to him. All right. We have, two interesting ones here. The New England Patriots go into like. Again, I live in Massachusetts. They aren't my favorite NFL team, of course, but I do really like them. Well, if I really like them, shouldn't I put them in really like? I guess I will. I mean, it's tough. There's just so many other NFL teams I'm going to be putting in real like. So we'll just put them there for now. Because, usually I will root for the Patriots to win. So we'll go with that. But the Boston Bruins, don't get twisted. Favorite hockey team, diehard fan, been watching since their 2011 Cup run, and I've been hooked since. I even sat through the horrible Claude Julien years after that Cup win. Jim Montgomery's been amazing. Linus Ullmark's been amazing this year. I have so many Bruins jerseys. Patrice Bergeron, Charlie McAvoy, David Pastrnak, Bobby Orr. I had a Tim Thomas jersey when I was younger. I had a Milan Lucic jersey. You get my point. Jake DeBrusk, I'm probably going to get his Winter Classic jersey. I also plan on getting a Martian and Jeremy Swayman jerseys eventually too, so you get my point. Bruins, I grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up watching hockey. I've loved them since day one. Vancouver Canucks used to be hate. Oh my God, 2011 Stanley Cup Finals. I hate them. Now I'm pretty neutral with them. I hated them in 2011, but since the Sedin twins retired or Burl Luongo left for the Panthers, my hatred for them kind of went away. I'm a big fan of Bo Horvat, big fan of Brock Besser. I don't know what Vancouver's doing. I wish their management was better, but they have a couple of likable players now. Detroit, they have a very young future. I like the Red Wings. Very young future. I think Nedeljkovic was the goalie that they needed, and he has been spot on ever since they acquired him last season from the Hurricanes. I've been a big fan of Pavel Datsyuk and Hendrik Zetterberg as well, and Nicholas Kronwall. I had a Nicholas Kronwall 2014 Winter Classic t-shirt when I was younger, so Red Wings got a lot of likable players in their past. The Detroit Pistons, I don't watch them. They won the NBA Finals when I was born in 2004, but that's about the only thing I could tell you about them. Kate Cunningham, he's another one, just like Zion Williamson. I think he's a little overrated. He was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, but constantly injured, and sorry, but if you're constantly injured, I don't know if you're that good or not. Seattle Mariners, really like. They used to be like, they're really like now. They are such a fun team to watch. Julio Rodriguez, man, 14-year contract he signed as a rookie. I was rooting for him to win the home run derby too. Big fan of Julio Rodriguez. Big fan of that hitting core as well. I was devastated when they lost to Houston in the playoffs, but it's all right. I think the Mariners will be back. I think their championship window has potentially just begun. I think the Mariners are in for a good team. Atlanta Hawks, neutral. Don't like Trae Young whatsoever, but neutral with them because John Collins is pretty chill. 49ers, really like. They can win with Jimmy Garoppolo. They can win with Brock Purdy. It don't matter. I do think Jerry Rice is the best receiver of all time. I think Joe Montana is the best quarterback of all time behind Tom Brady. 49ers have had a lot of history. They have a lot of reason why, if you're not an NFC West fan or a Cowboys fan, you should like them. And I personally, for one, do really like them. Pirates, neutral. Bob Nutting needs to sell the team and quick. Same thing with the Reds. Don't like him, don't hate him, sell the team. Boston Celtics, we'll put them in really like. I can't put them as my favorite team technically, but really, really like the Celtics. I was pretty sad when they lost the NBA Finals last year. But great team with Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and Jason Tatum. Ottawa Senators, really like. Their future is bright with Tim Stützle. I've liked them way back when they had Craig Anderson, Erik Karlsson, and Kyle Turris. Yes, big fan of the Senators. Blue Jackets, like Korpisalo and Merz Lincoln's great 1-2 combo in net. I just wish they had better forwards, but, I guess you can choose, you can wish. I'll put the Blue Jackets in like. The Sacramento Kings. Can I put a team in forgettable? I should have made a forgettable tier as well, because probably I would have put both the Houston Rockets and Sacramento Kings in there, I'm not going to lie. Very forgettable teams. When was the last time we made playoffs? 06. I don't hate them. It's just I'm pointing out the truth. I do not watch the Sacramento Kings. I have not paid attention to them since DeMarcus Cousins got traded. Colorado Avalanche, sure. Reigning, defending Stanley Cup champions. I like them. Probably aren't going to repeat, but how can you not like that team with Cale Makar, Gabriel Landeskog, Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen? Fun team to watch. Fun young team to watch. Athletics, just like the Pirates and Reds. Don't hate you, but sell the team. Actually, you don't need to sell the team. Just relocate, and then you're good. Dallas Stars, like Tyler Sagan's kind of, but anyway, Stars himself, I do like them. I thought that their jersey changeover in 2013 was fantastic. I love that Dallas Stars logo. The Colorado Rockies, I mean, I was a big fan of them when they had Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado and Charlie Blackmon. Now they only have Charlie Blackmon left. Back in the day, I probably would have put him at like. Now I gotta put him at neutral. Charlotte Hornets, neutral. San Diego Padres. Fan base, again, just like the Cowboys. The fan base I despise, but the team itself, I don't hate the team itself. They just signed Nelson Cruz. Like, good for them. They're trying to win that championship, all right? And they can do that now. With Tatis coming back from his suspension, they just made it to the ALCS. And they have drastically improved on pitching. They're getting Tatis back. And I think they re-signed someone else important this offseason. But, yeah, Padres, they're in a good spot. I like them for the most part. Pacers, sorry. Coyotes, move them out of that 5,000-seat stadium. I'm pretty neutral with them. I mean, it's very hard to hate on a team like the Arizona Coyotes. Come on now. What are you hating on them for? It's like you hating on the Reds. It's like, come on. Don't be that guy who hates the Arizona Coyotes. The Cleveland Browns. I would have put them in I gotta put them in neutral now. I do not support Deshaun Watson. I do not think he should be playing. I mean, this is what it is. They have a couple of players I like. Myles Garrett's a beast. Nick Chubb is a monster. Well, talk about someone I would never want to play a 1v1 football game with. Nick Chubb, he will run you over. Nah. But I liked the team a little bit more a couple years ago when they were in the playoffs. They had Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, OBJ, I liked that Browns team from a few years ago. Not so much anymore. The Washington Commanders with the Redskins logo. Yeah, Dan Snyder, sell the team. I like the team, but Dan Snyder, sell it. Houston Astros, dislike. Not in hate, but dislike. Listen, the 2017 championship is going to count. I'm sorry, but it just has to count for history purposes. You can put an asterisk next to it all you want. The moral of the story is they won the series. It counts, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the team. Not a fan of Jose Abreu. Not a fan of Carlos Correa. Of course, really not a fan of Carlos Correa now. I didn't like him when he was on Houston. Of course, now with signing with the Twins, opting out, signing with the Giants, failing a physical, signing with the Mets, failing a physical, going back to the Twins on a 6-year contract. No, not a fan of Carlos Correa either. I mean, hey, at least for what we know, the 2022 World Series, at least what we know, that's not fraudulent. Arizona Diamondbacks really maybe not anymore, but, man, I was a huge Diamondbacks fan back in the day. They were like how I was with the Mariners now, back in the day, when they had Paul Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb, Zach Greinke on the mound. Oh, I loved that team. What was it, the 2017 or 2018 playoffs? But then they ended up losing to the Dodgers, and then management decided to sell, and it sucked, but I still pay a little bit of attention to them, though. I am a fan of the Diamondbacks. The Bears, I'm pretty neutral with the Bears. Don't dislike them. Big fan of the 85 team, of course, but St. Louis Cardinals, neutral. LA Kings really like. I've just decided now that I'm going to put my favorite teams for literally my favorite teams only. So LA Kings, they are going to be putting really like, but they're my Western Conference team. I'm a big fan of the Kings since their 2012 playoff run. Jonathan Quick grew up in Connecticut, went to school in Massachusetts. That was like a big reason why I like the Kings is because Jonathan Quick grew up locally here. And of course, getting to watch Anze Kopitar, Dustin Brown, Drew Doughty, that entire 2014 Stanley Cup run, it was great. Big fan of the Kings. Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens. Where would I put the Ravens? I would either put them in neutral or dislike. Fan base, I would definitely lean towards dislike. But neutral for the team, I guess. Ravens, yeah, sure. Cavaliers, not paid any attention to them since LeBron James left. Not afraid to admit that. Cincinnati Bengals, would have put them in really like last year, but I still like them. Joe Burrow's a tank. Probably gonna get a Burrow jersey in due time, I'd imagine, or a Jamar Chase one. Tyler Boyd's been one of my favorite receivers for a while. I could do a little icky shuffle for you. Yeah, Bengals. I've always liked the Bengals. Utah Jazz. I could be put right next to the Pistons and Sacramento Kings for most forgettable teams out there. No offense. And by the way, as you know, I'm complete casual to basketball, so you can make fun of me in the comments about any basketball team remarks. St. Louis Blues. I dislike. I'm sorry, but 2019 hurts, and the way how the fan base treated Nazem Kadri in the playoffs last year was such a joke because he accidentally ran to Jordan Binnington. You're going to send him death threats? Oh, stupid. Dislike the Blues. This is back in before the 2019 playoffs, so I probably would have put them in liked, but not anymore. Milwaukee Brewers. I know a couple of big Brewer fans. I'm pretty neutral with them. Christian Yelich wasn't the player he once was, but I still like him, and I still think that Milwaukee has an outside chance of making wild card spot next year. We'll see what happens. Jacksonville Jaguars. Favorite football team. I mean, why else would the Colts be in dislike and the Titans and Texans be in hate? You had to figure it out that the Jaguars were my favorite team. Yep, loved them since 2013, and man, am I so happy they're in the playoffs this year, man. First time in 5 years. I'm just trying to soak it in. New York Mets they have been my National League team since 2014 and really 2012, but I started paying more attention to them in 2014. My uncle lived in New York, and when he passed away, I got sent down all his Mets stuff, and so getting all this Mets memorabilia, I'm like, oh cool, I'll be a fan of the Mets, and so here we are in 2023. I'm happy, we re-signed Edwin Diaz. Pete Alonso's amazing. Really wish we added Carlos Correa to that infield. Kind of sucks he opted out of his contract. But, re-signed Brandon Nemo. Jeff McNeil's still solid. I'm not really going to complain. The Mets are in a good spot for next year. Miami Heat. Dislike. Yeah, that's because of LeBron James primarily owning the Celtics in the playoffs when he was with the Miami Heat. Beat you last year, though. But, yeah, sorry, Miami. Jimmy Butler's a stud, but I don't like your team. Toronto Raptors, for the most part. I was ecstatic when they won 2019 for some reason. I think I was more so happy to see Golden State lose, but it was also nice to see Kawhi Leonard win a ring on his own. Minnesota Wild. I'm pretty neutral with them. Atlanta Falcons. Back in the day, man. Julio Jones, Matt Ryan in their prime. I'm putting them in really but it's time. I'll still put them in I was going to put them in neutral. I'll still put them in but my went from they were my fourth favorite team at one point. Now they're down to middle of the pack. I like them, but yeah, no. Royals. Man, 2015, as I mentioned, I'm a Mets fan too. 2015 really hurts. So I hate you for that. But in general, your team deserved it, and your team's really cool. Saints, like the Saints, loved the Saints when they had Drew Brees. And, Alvin Kamara was just bursting onto the scene. And Michael Thomas broke the reception record. Yeah, man, 2019 was a fun year to like the Saints. Now, they're a husk of their former glory. Sean Payton retired, even though he's coming back. Yeah, right. That's stupid. But anyway, I mean, Kamara's rumored to get traded. Taysom Hill's rumored to get traded. Marshawn Lattimore might even get dealt soon. Who knows? The Saints are in some trouble. Washington Wizards. Have not paid attention to them since John Wall left. San Francisco Giants. They had a great 2021. I don't know why they were bad last year. Regardless, I'll put them in neutral. Detroit Tigers, same deal. New York Yankees. Yeah, stay there. When the Houston Astros win a playoff series, and I'm happy that the Astros won a series. Ooh. Sorry, Yankees, but listen, man, as a Bostonian, I have my hatred towards you. New York Jets, neutral, but they are so close to being actually, I'll throw the Jets a bone. You want to know what? No, I do like the Jets. I don't love them, but I do really like that team, so that's okay. Toronto Maple Leafs, hate. Nope. Bruins fan, nope. No, and no. Edmonton Oilers, they were in dislike for a little bit, but I like them now. I disliked them when I was younger because they were constantly in the bottom of the league. And it does piss me off that they got Connor McDavid. I'm not going to lie, it does, because they were awful for 5 straight years. Draft lottery, you should not get the number 1 overall pick year after year after year, but whatever. McDavid's on the team now, so is Leon Draisaitl, and they're kicking ass and taking names. So what are you going to do there? They're a good team to root for. Miami Marlins, neutral. I don't really watch them often, but I watch them enough to put them in neutral. Sandy, what's his name? Their pitcher, Sandy A. He's a beast. Phillies, I was rooting for you in the World Series last year. Big fan of Bryce Harper. You just got Trey Turner. Yeah, big fan of the Phillies. I think they're going to do well this year, too. Oh, I know. I like the Mets and the Phillies. I don't want to hear it. Giants. I have a lot of Giants fans that watch my channel, and I appreciate that. And notice how I've gotten more Giants viewers. I haven't been slandering Daniel Jones at all this year because he deserves it, man. He and Saquon, when they're healthy, good 1-2 punch over there in New York. I cannot complain. Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. To say I hate them, I don't know. I hate LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Yes. Do I dislike the team? It's more so I just respect their history. As a Celtics fan, I feel that history. They played in the NBA Finals how many times exactly? I get why a lot of people would hate the Lakers. I kind of do too, I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to put them there. Washington Nationals. I do not watch them often at all. In fact, after Juan Soto got traded last year, I did not watch a single game of theirs. Big fan of the 2019 team when, they had Trey Turner, Ryan Zimmerman, Max Scherzer. Fun team, Steven Strasburg, but now, no, I don't watch the Nationals. The Orioles, Adley Rutschman, looking good, guys, looking good. The Orioles are looking good. The Orioles are the Lions of the MLB. I don't know if I've said that on this channel yet. They're the Lions of the MLB. They are the likable young team that's ready to be a playoff caliber team in a year or two. Watch. They are a couple pitchers away from really being dominant. Montreal, dislike. I don't hate them as much as the Maple Leafs, but yeah, I do not like them. Clippers, forgettable. No offense. I know they're not awful, but I forget about them quite a bit. Vegas Golden Knights, used to be really when they were an expansion team. Again, their fan base, don't like their fan base, but the team itself, very fun to watch. I love watching Logan Thompson, man. Good goalie they got over there. The Ducks. Used to like the Ducks. Now they're mutual. Carolina Panthers. Used to actually despise the Panthers when they had Cam Newton. Now they're neutral. Orlando Magic. Don't watch them enough. Cleveland Guardians. Don't watch them enough. Texas Rangers. Don't watch them enough. Alrighty. New Jersey Devils, neutral. Brooklyn Nets, hate. And, yep, when you have Kevin Durant, well, I like Kevin Durant. Well, I don't like Kevin Durant. How do I explain this? I hate Kevin Durant because he's good. There you go. I said it. That's why I hate Kevin Durant. I hate him because he's good, and he should have stayed with the Oklahoma City Thunder instead of signing with the Warriors. Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons. That's all that needs to be said. Dead to last. Dead to last. I hate them more than the Lakers now. Crazy. Tampa Bay Rays. I like them. Good young team. Wander Franco's going to do some amazing stuff. We'll see what they do. Hurricanes like. Predators like. Buffalo Bills. Neutral / dislike, but more so neutral. Flyers, I do like the Flyers. Carter Hart's one of my favorite goalies. Travis Sanheim's one of my favorite defensemen. It just sucks the team's injured and John Tortorella's their coach. The Rams! Oh, the Rams. Don't hate them, but put them in dislike. Jalen Ramsey? Yeah, well... my hatred towards him leaving the Jaguars to eventually win a Super Bowl with the Rams pisses me off, man. Also, Sean McVay, he wants to leave the organization a year after winning the Super Bowl. That's laughably funny. Dude, you traded all of your draft picks. You're going to give a brand new head coach this position and say, here you go. Here's the fire I caused. You take it out. You wash it down with the hose. Ridiculous. No. You won the championship. You made the trades. You stay. You stay for the long haul, boy. Don't you dare leave. Chicago Bulls, don't watch them. By the way, Michael Jordan's a GOAT. Sorry, just wanted to throw that in there to spark up some controversy. San Jose Sharks, really like. No, I like them. I used to really like them. When they had Joe Thornton, Joe Pavelski, Antoni Niemi. Now, Logan Couture and Thomas Hertl, Timo Meyer. I still have a lot of players I like on that team, but not as much as I used to. Spurs, pretty neutral with them. Calgary Flames, Denver Nuggets. Penguins, dislike. More so just dislike Crosby and Malkin. And I was rooting for San Jose in 2016 and Nashville in 2017. Steelers, dislike. Oh, you sound hate the Pirates, right, Pittsburgh? Florida Panthers. Neutral, I guess. Eagles, neutral. Don't really dislike them. I don't like Philadelphia sports. I don't like the 76ers, but the Eagles are fine. Capitals. They used to be just like a couple years ago. Now they're pretty chill. Their fan base mellowed out. Thank God. Their fan base was obnoxious for a little bit too after they won that cup in 2018. Their fan base simmered down and now they're fine. The Chargers, best of luck on Saturday. Go Jaguars. But no matter what happens that game, you're still going to be one of my favorite AFC teams. So don't worry. Islanders. I do dislike the Islanders. I was going to put them in neutral, but I think the Bruins 2021 playoff loss is still too fresh in my mind to completely forgive them. Anthony Beauvillier, though. One hell of a player. Big fan of him. Big fan of Elias Sorokin. Not the biggest fan of Matt Barzal, but whatever. Angels. I do like the Angels. In fact, I really like the Angels. It sucks they don't make the playoffs, but great team. Great teams with Trout and Ohtani. I say great teams. Great teams on paper is what I'm trying to say. When they perform, they go 78 and 84, and everyone's like, oh my God, how? The Braves, dislike. That's my Mets fan showing, sorry. But Braves, dislike. Don't despise them, but they're the least disliked team out of every team on that dislike, but what are you going to do? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I like them. I was happy when they won Super Bowl 55. Timberwolves, neutral. Anthony Edwards, pretty solid. Karl Anthony Towns, very solid. Golden State Warriors, I dislike. And the Arizona Cardinals, If they didn't fire Cliff Kingsbury, I would have put them in dislike. I'll put them in mutual, and same thing with the Minnesota Twins. There you have it. Let me know where your guys' teams land in the comments. So we have favorite teams, really I like a lot of teams, of course. Have a lot neutral. That's probably the most, of course. That doesn't surprise me. And then I create a new tier that don't often watch. Sorry to my NBA fans, my Cleveland Guardians, and Texas Ranger fans. I just don't watch you guys enough to get a gauge on you. Jose Ramirez is nice, though, for the Guardians, I will say. Dislike and hate. If there's one team I hate amongst the rest, that team right there, the Tennessee Titans. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, so hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully this answers your questions for whether I like your team or not, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.